Hey there, welcome. Today, we're going to dive into one of the most simple yet incredibly powerful actions any of us can take to make our world a little bit better, just planting a single tree. It might sound small, but as you're about to see, the impact is absolutely massive. So let's just start with this question, right? Because this really gets to the heart of it all. Planting a tree isn't just about gardening. It's a single, simple action that creates this huge ripple effect on the very air we breathe, the climate we live in, and the kind of world we'll one day leave behind. Okay, let's talk about the most basic thing we all need for survival: oxygen. Get this, just one mature tree produces enough fresh oxygen for two people for an entire year. That's literally a life support system that you can grow in your own backyard. And it's not just about oxygen. Trees are basically nature's own air conditioners. Seriously. Through shade and by releasing water vapor, they can cool down their immediate surroundings by up to 8 degrees Celsius. And at the exact same time, they're acting like these giant carbon sponges, just sucking CO2 out of the atmosphere and helping fight global warming. And you know, this isn't just a human story. A single tree can become a bustling metropolis for nature. It can provide a home and shelter for up to 500 different species of insects, birds, and mammals. It's an entire ecosystem, all in one spot. So, feeling inspired yet? I bet you are. Now, let's take all that good energy and actually put it into action. We're going to walk through a really simple 4-step plan to make sure your new tree doesn't just survive, but truly, truly thrives. And here they are. It's not complicated, I promise. You just dig, prepare, plant, and maintain. It's all about getting these fundamentals right to give your tree the best possible start. So for that first step, the hole, you'll want to make it about twice as wide as the root ball. That lets the roots spread out. Then you'll want to prepare the soil with some good compost to give it all the nutrients it needs to get going. Okay, now listen up, because this is probably the single most important piece of advice you'll get. Those first 2 years are everything. During this time, consistent, regular watering is the absolute key to survival. We're talking a good deep soak, maybe 20 to 30 liters right when you plant it, and then at least once a week after that. It's a small commitment that makes all the difference. All right, so we've got the basics down, but now let's get a little smarter about it. Because planting a tree is great, but planting the right tree in the right place, well, that's even better. This is where we get strategic and really maximize our positive impact. So what kind of trees should you plant? Well, here are some fantastic options, especially if you're in a warmer climate. And you'll notice, we're not just planting trees here. We're planting things with deep, beautiful meaning, like the olive tree, a timeless symbol of peace, or the date palm, a symbol of generosity. Each one tells its own story. So you might be wondering, why these specific trees? Well, it all comes down to strategy. They're chosen because they're resilient, they're pretty low maintenance, and most importantly, they give back. These trees can feed communities and support local food independence for decades. All right, let's talk a little real estate, because when it comes to trees, it's all about location, location, location. You've got to find a spot where your tree can grow to its full potential without, getting tangled up with power lines or damaging building foundations. And, of course, a crucial reminder, always, always get permission if it's not your own land. And one last super quick but vital tip on location. Give them some space. Trees might be social, but they definitely don't like to be crowded. Giving them about 5 to 8 meters of breathing room ensures they can spread their roots and branches and really reach their full, amazing potential. You know, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? Planting a tree goes so far beyond the physical act. It's about planting a hope, or a memory, or a promise for the future. It's a way of leaving a living, breathing legacy. So how can you capture that incredible intention and share that legacy with the world? Well, that's where this next idea comes in. It's a way to turn your individual action into part of a collective, global story. Let me introduce you to Nawalya. The concept is just brilliant. It's an interactive world map where your tree becomes a point of light, they call it a loom, that represents your positive footprint on the planet. It's a beautiful way to digitally track all the good we're putting out into the world. And getting involved is super easy. You just mark your tree's location on the map, share the story behind why you planted it, and bam, your loom starts to shine. And then you can explore thousands of other intentions from people all over the globe. It creates this living map of kindness. And get this, the goal here is ambitious, in the best way possible. 1 million trees planted and mapped by 2030. Can you just imagine that? Every single tree, every single loom gets us one step closer to creating this massive global forest of good intentions. So there you have it. We've covered the why, the how, the what, and the where. The only question left is the one right here. You have the guide, you have the tools, so what good will you grow?